All right.
I gotta start my video.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a minute or so. Well, I got straight up 6 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and start the meeting. First thing on the agenda, Pam Goffman.
Yeah, first thing I have is payroll that was issued today. The regular payroll for $144,116.77 for all employees. I don't know if you want to do this separate and then we had a supplemental wage that went out today also that the council put in the budget for employees out of all the funds was $66,675.
I don't see any reason why we can't take them both together unless either one of the other commissioners have a issue with that.
No worries. I do have a question on the stipend distribution for Luke. If you on there?
He's muted.
Muted.
Luke?
Luke, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
That's okay. Hey, I noticed when I went through the stipends, some of them that are some of the people that are just totally paid through grants, they actually did not get stipends. Was that on purpose or?
Yeah, that's a decision we made at budget time. That's the same thing we did last year for the raises as well, because they're paid from grant funds.
Okay. I just wanted
the ones that are totally paid from grant funds, I don't
Right.
believe we gave a bonus to.
which I don't think there was, but a hand, maybe of 2 or 3. So, but I just wanted to make sure that was a conscious decision. I didn't know if that was or not. So,
Yes.
Well, with that in mind, I guess I'm just a question I have then. Is the grant funds put into the general fund and then the general fund pays their wages, or is it grant money kept separate?
Yeah, all grant funds are kept separately.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
so that's why it was done that way. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Just me learning. I'm new at this. So,
me too.
all right. That's all I had, Tom. Thanks.
Okay, Randy or Greg, if you have any discussion, if not, I'll entertain a motion.
This is Randy. I'll make a motion to approve both stipend and the payroll.
Second.
Okay, motion made and second, and we'll vote on by roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
Motion made second, and I'll vote aye. Motion made second, carried 3-0.
Okay, the next thing I have is claims that were also to be paid out today, March the 1st, with County General, Highway, and the advances that we had to do totaling $316,883.73. And I sent those all to you for review unless you have any questions about any of them.
No. I'll make a motion. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to make a motion to approve.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion made and second. Vote by roll call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
I also vote aye. Motion made second, carried 3-0.
The last thing I have is minutes of January 4th that were mailed to you. Also this afternoon, I remailed them back out to you with a few changes to the health insurance topic on it. I hope you all got that and reviewed that with the changes made. So it would be the new version that you would be voting on, the one I sent out today.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Motion made and second. By roll call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
Motion made, second, carried 3-0.
That's all I got.
Okay. Next thing on the agenda is the severe weather preparedness proclamation. I'll go ahead and read it. I know Steve's on here, but he's on read only. This is a normal thing we do every year. Proclamation says the months of February through June present the highest risk for severe weather, severe thunderstorms and tornadoes to strike Perry County. And Perry County is located within the nation's tornado belt, becoming a prime target of devastating tornadoes, outbreaks, and other types of severe weather. And a state tornado warning exercise will be held Tuesday, March 16th for the purpose of testing communication systems, equipment, and procedures. During this week, the Perry County Emergency Management is emphasizing its safety procedures involving tornado activity. We, the Board of Directors of Perry County, do hereby proclaim as March 14th through the 20th as Severe Weather Preparedness Week in Perry County, and encourage all citizens to become aware of tornado danger signs and to learn how to safeguard the lives of their families, friends, and citizenry in the event of a severe thunderstorm activity, severe weather activity in the area. Okay. Greg or Randy, do you have any discussions, comments?
Nope.
No, I don't neither. So I'll make a motion to pass.
Okay.
Second.
Motion made and second, vote by roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
Motion made, second, carried 3-0. Okay, let me get back to my agenda. Okay. Status, the next thing on the agenda is status of the reopening of the courthouse and county offices to the public. In the last week or two, I have been communicating with Lucy Goffnett, the judge, because she has to get the plan approved by the state for her powers to be at the state Supreme Court, and also with Will Markham to make sure that the health department approves of our plans to reopen the courthouse. What I want to propose is that we open the courthouse to the public on March 15th. That's 2 weeks from today. There will be all masks will be required, face coverings will be required. Each individual, this is just the highlights of it. Each individual office will determine how many people they want in their office and control that as the day goes on. The court will continue with as many court hearings that they can via off-site, and then also they will restrict the number of people at each court hearing according to the guidelines set down by the state. Things that are different than what they were last time is that we will no longer be doing temperature checks, and we will no longer be having the survey of people coming into the courthouse, the list of questions. So there won't be a desk out front. The security officer will still be there. We are going to require face covering so he can enforce that. And we ask the public to please work with and come in small groups. Social distance, the commissioner's room will be open and seating will be marked to accommodate social distancing of people that need to be waiting there for court to be called to their court hearings. We do ask that it doesn't become a gathering point for the public, that you come to the courthouse for your business as you need and take care of your business and leave in a timely manner so we can continue with our social distancing. Teresa, you got a copy of that. Did I miss any points?
I think you pretty well covered it. Just a reminder that, we do also have the larger drop box as well as the payment drop box outside. And anyone that wishes to continue to utilize that will get checked often throughout the day. So if anyone wishes to drop off envelopes or such, they are encouraged to continue to do that.
Yes. And we will continue to close the courthouse between 12 and 1 to give the staff enough time to for additional cleaning for lunch and additional cleaning. So Randy or Greg, do you have any comments?
No, I just want to thank Judge for doing this, and Tom working with her. I think it's time to try to open it up again and see where we go. And I think this might be the final one, I hope, the way the numbers are looking. So let's just hope and pray. So we'll get this behind us.
Okay. Greg, you got any comments or questions?
Nope, I'm good. Thank you for all the work.
I'll entertain a motion to accept the proclamation opening the courthouse.
So motion.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion made, second. Vote by roll call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
And I also vote aye. So motion made, second, carried 3-0. All right. Yeah, and hopefully, Doc Randy said this is the last adjustment we make, that we can get back to business as usual. Okay, the next on the agenda is our edit plan. Chris Goffnett, would you care to hit the highlights of that for us?
Yeah, yeah, I will. So every 3 years since about 1990, the county has been passing a 3-year capital improvement plan, as does Tell City and Troy. And those plans are pursuant to state statute, which requires those plans to be put in place in order for the county to receive their certified distribution of revenues into those funds. So this plan is very similar to the plan we had last year for the last 3 years. Essentially, what it says is that these particular economic development income tax funds would be divided up, and 20% of the revenue will be paid, will be available to pay a contract for economic development, which we presently pay to the Perry County Development Corporation. The second portion is 23.5% of the revenue, which is known as the Jail Operations Fund, and that goes for the specific uses set forth in the plan, which is for jail operations. The third portion, which is 6.5%, is used and known as the Courthouse Security Fund. It's used for courthouse security. And the remaining fourth portion is 50% of the revenue, which is used by Perry County to fund highway construction and reconstruction projects for the purposes of economic development. And the plan has a list each year for 21, 22, and 23 of projects, which are improvements to and re-improvements to roads within the county. And it's got the approximate mileage of the improvements and the approximate dollar amounts. Of course, those are estimates of what would be done. And then, excuse me, there is an amount of up to $6,250, which may be transferred from the CEDIT distribution fund of the county to the general fund to be utilized for grant administration fees. It's my understanding, and I'll mess this up, so somebody will correct me when I'm wrong. It's my understanding that we've applied for a grant with the COVID-19 response program phase 3, and that our portion of that, if we were to receive the grant, would we would fund up to $6,250 for grant administration. Would be paid by us, and that can come from a variety of sources, but this would be an up to amount. And I believe, so that's essentially what the this edit plan, the capital improvement plan is. I have a resolution. This resolution is essentially the same as the one last year. I think I changed a few of the statute numbers because the statute numbers have changed. The substance of the statutes has essentially not changed. And what it does is it authorizes pursuant to statute, it authorizes and approves the capital improvement plan for the next 3 years. And it's adopted effective January 1st, 2021. And of course, a copy of it's available in the auditor's office. So if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them if I'm able.
20% does cover the contract that was signed in December 15th, I think, with PCDC, right? So the percentages
Correct.
match up.
Correct.
Okay.
Right, and that is the capped at the estimated what 20% would be, and then it's also capped at actual 20%, correct, Chris?
Correct.
Yes, that's the way it's written. Yeah.
Also, we have on here Jenny Matais with Indiana 15 and Aaron Emerson. They are who is the push in working with that grant. If anybody has any questions for them on the administrative fee, the $6,250 administrative fee. This actually gives us, and I may give Jenny just a minute, but this gives us more points towards a very competitive grant if we commit to this. Now, this will also, the $6,250 will also have to have a council have to be appropriated through the council.
Correct.
They'll have to approve that too. So,
And go ahead. Sorry.
no, go
Sorry.
ahead. Rick.
I was just going to say that the 6250 also, there's a couple other entities looking at possibly helping with that too. So that's up to 6250. It doesn't have to be the whole 6250, depending
Absolutely.
on what they give, right? So,
Absolutely right.
Yeah. So, if we commit that we've got it covered, that will give us the points. Now, Jenny, you got anything quick you want to?
No, and you've kind of covered it that if we do have to commit and show the state that yes, we do have the funding available. And again, it is contingent upon council passing it. But if we do have the funding is available, and then if funding sources change, if funding were to come from other entities, it would be fine.
Yep.
But yes, it does give us extra points on this application.
Which is very competitive.
Yeah.
Yes, again, there were 118 applications submitted to the state for this round of funding.
Okay. Randy or Greg, you have any other questions or?
No, only thing I got, Tom, do you want to make 2 motions or you just want to put them all together?
The edit plan as stated, that would be correct, wouldn't it, Chris?
Yeah. It's just one motion.
Which includes.
One motion, okay.
I'm sorry. Yes, I had myself muted. Yes.
Well, I'll make that motion then.
Second.
Okay, motion made, second, carried 3-0. Oh, wait a minute. We'll vote on by roll call. Sorry. Greg?
Yes. Aye.
Okay. Randy?
Aye.
Okay. And I vote aye. So motion made, second carried 3-0 to accept approve the edit plan as outlined by Chris. Okay, next thing on the agenda is additional appropriation request. Teresa, will you speak on that briefly?
Yes, I have 2 for you tonight. The first one is an appropriation of $78.33 to the County General Fund for distribution timber sales. You may recall doing this in the past, and Greg, just in case you're not familiar, whenever there are timber sales on our state-owned lands, the Indiana Department of Natural Resources returns back to the county 15% of the net proceeds. And then of that 15%, we have to earmark half of that to be distributed to rural and volunteer fire departments within the county that have a qualifying cooperative agreement in effect with the DNR, Division of Forestry. So that 50% would be $78.38. The total amount was $156.66. The other half stays in county general. So we have 7 entities in the county that we will be able to distribute $11.19 this time. Now you may recall the last time we had sales, it was quite large. It was actually over 1,000 per entity. So it just varies depending on when and how much they cut.
This is Randy. Does anybody know, is that mandatory that you have to split it half with the fire departments and is that state?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Indiana Code. Yep.
Okay.
And House and Road Act. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So it's an appropriation to distribution timber sales of $78.33. Do you want me to go ahead and give you the other appropriation, or do you want to do these separately?
Just go ahead and do them all, I'd say.
Okay. The other appropriation is just to follow up on your edit plan. Your capital improvement plan is to appropriate the $228,615 to the edit fund to cover the Perry County Development Corporation contract that was signed back on December 15th, 2020. And it is a fee for services contract that we have. And the total amount will not exceed $228,615. So that is the second appropriation.
Okay. Randy or Greg, you have any comments, questions on that one?
No, I don't. If not any other questions, I'll make a motion to approve both of them.
Second.
Okay, motion made and second, vote by roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
And I also vote aye. Motion made, second carried, 3-0. Okay. Miscellaneous, I do have a quick update on the animal shelter. There are, it was presented to a board to provide animal shelter services. The board of this other 501c3 entity had some other questions, and Herbie Landers has been working with them on some fine details before they actually give us a proposal of what they're willing to operate the animal shelter for. So it is progress, and there was a meeting, I feel it's been about 2 weeks ago. So there's been communication with this entity to hopefully we can get this animal shelter opened up and operating sooner than later. So that's an update on that. Anything else miscellaneous?
Tom, this is Steve with the Highway Department.
Yes,
I
sir.
have 2 additional appropriations, and I have requests to approve the annual report that we do every year.
Okay. You want to briefly on the appropriation?
Okay, the first one is for bridge number 135 on County Road 7. It's for replacement of that bridge. That's the next one on our list that needs to be replaced. It's for $74,150.
Okay, and that's coming out of the Cume Bridge Fund, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. What's the other one?
The other one is for $900,000. That's out of the edit or the let fund to get our paving money ready for this year.
Okay. Greg or Randy, do you have any comments, questions?
Nope.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
A motion made, second carried. We'll vote by roll call. Randy?
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
Okay, I vote aye, so motion made, second carried, 3-0. Okay, you did email us your annual report to Randy, and Greg, did you have time to review that?
Yes, I have. So
Was that the spreadsheet that was emailed, Teresa?
I forwarded to the commissioners something that Pam had shared with me, but it didn't have any numbers in it. So I don't know if there was another emailing done. I didn't receive anything.
That was the only copy that I got. Maybe there was another one that went out. but that
Yeah,
was it.
actually, I just got one from the highway just right before the meeting, right before I left this evening, and I didn't have a chance to get it out. Thought Maryland, I thought they had already sent it out to the commissioners. I didn't realize that.
Okay.
So we could get that out to you if you want to table it and approve it at your next meeting.
Okay, that may be the best. We can table
On
it.
that spreadsheet, there should be tabs at the bottom. You click different tabs for different sections of that, and it should open it up.
Yeah, the one that we got was just blank, or at least the one that I got. Each tab just had blanks in it, so it was like
Okay.
the template instead of the one that you filled out. So,
Okay.
but I might have got the wrong one. Who knows? So,
No, I will forward this to you tomorrow, as soon as I get into the work. I just got it at 4:30 this evening, so.
okay, no
Okay,
worries.
well, that's fine. It's no big deal to table it to the next meeting, correct?
Right.
Okay.
I think most times you do table it until the next one anyway, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't think it's due till June the 6th or June the 1st, I think, anyway.
We'll look at that we'll give us a chance to review it. I'll probably come out there and review it. It's easier than looking at an email.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. So, anything
Tom,
else?
I've got something if you have a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
The county council is currently working on a way to fund the health department's overtime since we don't have any CARES Act money left. Well, we have about $1,500 left after this next appropriation. And we first went to look at the motion, or we went back to the minute to see what you all decided back in May 19th when this was first discussed, just to see what you all had said. And you had passed a motion to accept the health department from the current policies on vacation and comp time, leave it wide open, and revisit it every month. And after we have discussed it amongst the council, we are wondering if an official ordinance should have been passed since it was an amendment to the personnel policy, and if we need to go back and retroactively pass one in order to officially, work out that situation.
Well, I talked to Chris about this, and what we did at that meeting was that we allowed them to accumulate comp time beyond what the policy said, and he advised that we're within our scope to do that.
Right.
So
I saw that
that's basically that's all we did was allow them to build comp time beyond the policy.
okay, because I saw that.
Beyond our personnel policy.
Yeah, the county commissioners on a case-by-case basis can about the comp time, but I was wondering about the vacation time. Is that something we need to go back and officially because you also exempted them from the vacation time policy? And I
Yeah,
don't know.
Luke, I checked on that as well with our person who advises us on labor matters like that. And I don't have the statute in front of me. I didn't know this was even coming up tonight, but he told me, sent me to a statute which gives the county commissioners authority to deal with benefits and all. So that's why they went, that's the authority for them to do that. So I think from a legal perspective, I think we're good on that. Now, certainly it can be revisited at any time, which is, like you said, that was part of the motion, was to kind of look at it from month to month. So it can be revisited.
Okay. I was just kind of wanting some clarification on that because
Yeah, no
we
problem.
have appropriated another amount, or we did at our last meeting another $13,000 for overtime to get them from February 28th, I believe, onward. And we're going to revisit it as we need to, but just kind of giving you an update on that. And I was we're just wanting some clarification on that as well. So
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to be clear, I mean, we didn't have the authority to, as commissioner, to spend general fund money for overtime. Only thing that we, at that motion, was to allow them to accumulate additional comp time. But then, and in motions after that, when the state finance authority gave us the control over the CARES Act funding, that we just decide to help relieve the general fund of the overtime burden or the comp time burden by paying out their overtime on a month-to-month basis. And then once that rules change, the rules change actually on September 29th, but we were notified in early October that they created an avenue to basically cash in any remaining CARES Act funding
Right.
and put it in the general fund. And that's what we did. I don't think it was like 102,800 and some, almost $203,000 that at that time, I mean, that was put into the general fund to be paid out in the normal ways.
Gotcha. Because I mean, the personnel policy states that if overtime funds have not been appropriated, then employees earn comp time. So that's why we decided to go ahead and appropriate an amount of set overtime, and then they were paid out up to that set amount. So that's what we're doing now.
Yeah. And we tried to relieve that burden because that burden would have been great. And we really didn't realize the burden was going to be that great, but we was relieving it month to month by taking funds that were available to us, which was the CARES Act, and paying it out. So that comp time didn't just mount up and be a huge burden on the county, which it could be, because we'd have to pay out the comp time if either one of them left.
Right. And I'm wondering, I mean, since we don't know when this pandemic's going to end, I mean, on the vacation time, are you thinking about letting them roll over this year's vacation time to next year, or do you have any thoughts on that yet?
I would support that myself. We haven't brought that up, but I would support that myself. We don't know what. Hopefully, the way the numbers are looking, that we're on our way out of this. Yeah. And I hope it is, with the vaccination going on, especially. So
I would continue to have to support their overtime though in order to support the COVID, because the COVID vaccines still have to go on, and that will generate overtime, and we need to support that too.
Right. Yeah. The health fund has about $77,000 unappropriated, and we just spent we're doing 13, and we're probably going to spend another $25,000 of that in these next couple of months already. And so that fund's going to be draining rather quickly. So, but with the cases going down, we should not be in that bad of shape, but just kind of an update on that.
Well, and hopefully working with the health department and managing the overtime. And I know you've had meetings with them, and I mean, if anybody knew what was going to happen, this would be a lot easier decisions, but we just, if somebody could tell us the date that the vaccinations will be done and the contact tracing will be over with, this would be easy. I'm hoping that that we're going to get more funding with this from the federal government when they get this bill passed. Hopefully that's going to come down and solve some of these problems.
Good.
All right, that's all I had. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Luke. All right, next meeting.
That's for you guys to decide. Your scheduled meeting is Tuesday, March 16th at 8 a.m. And that's your decision on how you want to have this meeting.
Well, I would like to do it live stream in person at the courthouse, but I'm going to ask the opinion of our electronic guru between Teresa and Greg. What do you think?
Teresa's probably got more of a say on that than I do, but just personally, I think that's a good idea to have it actually at the courthouse with the three of us together. The gallery should be open too to a certain number of people, I would think, but I think we would reserve those spots for people who have signed up if they want to speak. So if they want to come and and actually make comments. I think they should pre-sign up for that, and that's who gets those gallery spots, and then the live stream the rest of it. So I don't know what Teresa thinks, but
I think that's a great idea. And we have 14 to be able to maintain our social distancing. We have 14 spots, correct, Teresa?
Yes,
And
you know, the way the seating is arranged in the meeting room, they're connected seats. We can't separate them out. So they're connected in groups of 5. So with that, the way I have it spaced out, and I did go in and measure and space, it looks like approximately 14 seats right now is what I have marked as 14.
so hopefully we'll ask the public to respect that. And, you know, we do need to keep our social distancing. It is
Do
a
we
big
want-
public meeting.
do we want to set a time like noon the day before for anybody that wants to speak, just to make sure that there's places for them?
I like that idea.
That would be good, I'd think.
Yeah. So you want to put that in the form of a motion, Greg?
A motion that our next meeting be in person with the 3 commissioners, having 14 in the gallery, and those positions being reserved for people who sign up for speaking at the commissioners meeting noon the day before.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Motion made and second. We'll vote on by roll call. Greg?
Aye.
Randy?
Aye.
I also vote aye. Motion made, second carried, 3-0.
And
Something
just for,
changes, we'll have to make a public announcement when plenty of time, but hopefully we can get everything together. And
just for
get back-
clarity, Teresa, would you handle the sign in? Would that be the person that have them email you?
Yes, it can be Pam or I. I mean, we can certainly work together, but that, and I usually am the one that takes care of the commissioner's agenda. So that is fine. It's perfect. But I'll probably put Pam as a backup.
Okay.
In case I'm not able to be reached or something and someone needs to get in touch. Okay.
Appreciate that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you all. See you on the 16th.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.